देवीं वाजमजनयन्त देवा तां विश्वरूपां पशवो वदन्ति सा नो मन्द्रेशमूर्जं दुहाना धेनुर्वा अस्मानुपदुष्टुतैतो ध्रुवन्धे राजा वरुणो ध्रुवन्धे वो बृहस्पतिः ध्रुवन्त इन्द्रश्चाग्निश्च राष्ट्रं धारयतां ध्रुवम्.
Introduce the dignitaries on the dais and also welcome them. We have with us today Justice M.N. Venkatachalaya, former Chief Justice of India, Dr. Shatabdani R. Ganesh, a practitioner of the art of Avadana, Sri D.N. Munikrishna, IPS and Vigilance Director of Karnataka Lokayukta. We also have with us Dr. Sureshwara, who's my uncle, and my father, Sri Niranjan Babu, will join the dais soon. Can I kindly request the dignitaries to light the lamp and symbolically begin the function?
Jaya 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 Janaki Kanta Jaya Sadhu Jana Vinoda Jaya Tumaki Mananta Jaya Bhagavanta Jaya 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 Janaki Kanta Jaya Sadhu Jana Vinoda
Musical concert by Srimati R.A. Ramamani and group.
ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ರಾಮ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ರಾಮ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ರಾಮ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ರಾಮ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ರಾಮ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ರಾಮ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಶ್ರೀರಾಮ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ರಾಮ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ರಾಮ ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಲು ಅಲ್ಲೇ
My father, Sri Niranjan Babu, chairman of the Raman and Rajeshwari Research Foundation.
Namaskara. Of my father's, Dr. B.V. Raman's 101st birth anniversary. Raman and Rajeshwari Research Foundation ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆಯವರು 1993ನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ಟಾಬ್ಲಿಷ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. The reason for establishing the foundation was for proper propagation of Jyotisha and related subjects anta. So whether it was Vastu, in fact Vastu ಅಂದಾಗ ನಾನು ನೆನಪು ಬರುತ್ತೆ 1995ನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಧಾನ್ ಸೌಧ ಬ್ಯಾಂಕ್ವೆಟ್ ಹಾಲ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಫೌಂಡೇಶನ್ when father was alive, when he was the president of when he was the chairman of the foundation, we conducted an international conference on Vastu that in fact set the ball of awareness rolling. Today, I find that people, before they go to the architect, they go to the Vastu consultant. So that was adu idu madidru. So our foundation nalli ನಾವು continue ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. Thank you very much for all of you to be with us, and I hope all of you will benefit from this innovatively and differently done function. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dad. We have with us Dr. Shatabdani R. Ganesh.
Namaste Sadsaspatiyecha. I am very happy to speak a few words on the great tradition of Ramayana. Ramasya ayanam Ramayanam, so it is said, the way of Rama. And this is so unique and epic, Param Kavinam Adharam, so it is said in the beginning of Ramayana itself. It became a great guiding light to all the poets and artists. And in no part of the world we have any such epic, apart from Mahabharata, of course, belong to the same Vedic tradition of Sanatana Dharma. No other epic of the world has so much of lasting impact on mankind as such. When I had gone to Greece, I was desperate to know about the Homeric traditions, but to my dismay, I couldn't find anything as such. Only in the gloomy, dull, dim corners of the universities, academic bodies, only few grey-headed people, they'll be discussing the age-old things, and it will be very uninspiring as such. But you just open any newspaper belong to any city of India, any town of India, in the city or town engagement columns, you'll be seeing 1 or 2 lectures on Ramayana, 1 or 2 song performances, music concerts, where invariably the theme of Ramayana will be the bread and butter, and even the dance functions as such. You visit any temple, any art center, any museum for that matter, you'll be seeing some or the other images or paintings connected with Ramayana. For that matter, in the whole tradition of world architecture and sculpture, you don't find thematic reliefs of Ubbushilpantarala, that is reliefs of Homeric epics or Virgilian epics or Miltonic epics. I have moved in almost all the museums and all the art sites of Europe. Nowhere I have found, even in America I have seen, nowhere I have found any relief depicting in detail the story of Homer's epic, whether it is Odyssey or whether it is Ilium, that is Iliad's Greek name, and Aeneas or the epic of Virgil, or even the Divine Comedy, La Divina Commedia of Dante Alighieri. No such instances are found. Only in India we have a sustained tradition, not just literary. It is cultural tradition, artistic tradition, religious tradition, and so many traditions have a wonderful confluence. That's why one Tyagaraja could become a great composer apart from his quality of music. Because of the devotion to Rama, he devoted, available almost some 700 compositions or so. But in the tradition it is said totally 24,000 songs he composed equated to 24,000 verses of Ramayana. Whether it is reality or not, but this much is true. But for Rama, Tyagaraja could not have given a raga like Nadachintamani, a raga like Jingla, a raga like Phalamanjari, a raga like Garudadhvani, such things. And defining some of the salient ragas like Todi or Harikamboji, Kalyani or Athana, Madhyamavati, and so many such ragas, numerous compositions were produced by Tyagaraja because of his devotion to Rama, and again we see the tradition of Ramayana. Again in the dance also we have like that. Gopal Krishna Bharatis, whether it is the Ramanatakas or whether it is the Ramanattam of Kerala, which is known as Kathakali in recent times, or it is Parthisubba's Yakshagana compositions of coastal Karnataka, or many Ramayana compositions belonging to Chindu Yakshagana, Mala Yakshagana, Turpu Yakshagana, Bhagavata Mela, and Ramalila, the whole tradition of Ramalila in North, or Pandavani in Madhya Pradesh, or Bhavai, Nautanki, Chau, Purlia Chau, Mayurbhan Chau, Sarakellam Chau, so many and so on and so forth. Like that even in the theatrical tradition we have. Coming to the literary tradition, every language has produced many Ramayanas. As we know from the famed and gifted poet, Kannada's gifted poet, ಕುಮಾರವ್ಯಾಸ ತಿಣುಕಿದನು ಫಣಿರಾಯ ರಾಮಾಯಣದ ಕವಿಗಳ ಭಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ತಿಂತಿಣಿಯ ರಘುವರ ಚರಿತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲಿಡಲು ತೆರಪಿಲ್ಲ. So profuse is the Ramayana tradition, not one Ramayana, so many Ramayanas. And the great Jnanpith award winner Vishwanath Satyanarayana of Andhra Pradesh, he says, Vrasina Ramakatha Vrasina Vadani Pinchukummu. His father said, if you want to become a poet, write nothing but Ramayana. By writing something on Tom, Dick and Harry, you will not be getting any laurels, any contentment and any satisfaction for your spirit. It's only by writing Ramayana you will become a great poet. So that the Ramayana tradition is perpetuated for the betterment of the world. Thank you.
Sri M.N. Venkatachalaya was the 25th Chief Justice of India.
Very respected and distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. This is the 101st birthday of Sri B.V. Raman, who gave dignity and authenticity to the science of Jyotisha. Today it has become a little fashionable to deride the science of astrology. There is a story, perhaps very authentic. Mr. Durga Das, a very eminent journalist, his son was Mr. Jitinder, who was a member of parliament. Durga Das wrote a chronicle of historical events of India. The book is called Curzon to Nehru, published sometime in the late 70s. He refers to an incident in which Pandit Nehru had an altercation virtually with an astrologer. His friend, Pandit Nehru's friend, Mr. Satyanarayan Sinha, was for some time Chief Minister of Bihar. Had a personal friend, an astrologer, who was with him all the time. On one occasion, Pandit Nehru visited Mr. Sinha in his residence and saw this astrologer seated in the drawing room. There is one small chapter in that book, Curzon to Nehru. It's called Enter the Soothsayer. It is just a two-page chapter at page 374 of that book. Pandit Nehru derided astrology and told Sinha that Nehru didn't appreciate Sinha's fondness for astrology and astrologers. He called them derisively patriwalas. Then, after Pandit Nehru spent some time with Mr. Sinha, when he was coming out, he saw the astrologer again and he couldn't resist the temptation to taunt him. And this is all written beautifully in that chapter. The astrologer tolerated the insinuation. But when the provocation was a little derisive, he turned back and told Panditji, I have got your Janma Patri with me. Don't be too cynical about astrology. I'll give you one or two things now. Your friend, Mr. Maulana Azad, will have a fall on a particular day. He mentioned that day. And 3 days later, he will pass away. And he told Pandit Nehru, don't be too sure of your own science. If you don't propitiate the gods, you will not see the sunlight on the 28th of May, 1964. This was well in advance. This is virtually, this whole thing is the content of this chapter in Curzon to Nehru by Durga Das. Pandit Nehru became angry. Somehow Mr. Sinha separated them. On the day the astrologer had mentioned about Maulana Azad, Maulana Azad had had a fall. Pandit Nehru became a little serious. He telephoned to Sinha and said, look at this, this man had told us, but Bidan, Mr. B.C. Ray was the doctor, Bidan says that there is no danger to his life. On the day which the astrologer had mentioned, Azad passed away. Pandit Nehru became alert, and the book says thereafter every day he would send a busload of priests to Kalkaji temple for worship, for propitiation of the gods. But he couldn't see the sunlight on the 28th of May, 1964. This is an authentic report. Durga Das is not some kind of irresponsible writer. He was a very, very honored and very respected journalist. I'm grateful to you for the invitation that you have given to me. I'm grateful to you for your patience and courtesy. Thank you very much.
Dr. Sureshwara.
Namaskaram to all my brothers and sisters. Ramayana, I think everyone have read that Ramayana, so there's nothing new about it. There are so many books of Ramayana. In the last 30 years, I had an opportunity to read many of them. What I found in Ramayana was that it was basically everybody looked at as a historical story, or some people looked at as a scripture. Some people looked at as a value-based story integrated into one book. My Ramayana book was the result of many things. It started about 30 years back when my father, Dr. B.V. Raman, asked me to write a series of articles on Ramayana. And under his guidance, I looked at Ramayana and thought about writing about Rama, Sri Rama, and the various other characters. And I started thinking outside what we today call the classical box, outside the box. So the book that we see today is not the typical Ramayana story. I have to say the 4 people responsible for my book are the following. My mother used to tell me Ramayana stories when I was about 5 years old. Particularly, I liked the magic in Ramayana. All the missiles sent by Indrajit was fascinating. Those days, there was no TV, there was no internet, there was no nothing, right? And later on, like I said, my father encouraged me to write on Ramayana, and a number of series of articles were there, about 25, and there was always a desire to publish that for the benefit of many friends and the benefit of many people, because this book has been written with a view to present Ramayana as a value-based book. And thank you again.
We now have the presidential address by Sri D.N. Munikrishna.
ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತ ಕಂಡಂತಹ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಏಕೆ ಜಗತ್ತು ಕಂಡಂತಹ ಬಹಳ ಅಪರೂಪದ ಮಹಾನ್ ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷಿ ಅನಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡಂತಹ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬಿ ವಿ ರಾಮನ್ ಅವರ 101ನೆಯ ಜನ್ಮದಿನಾಚರಣೆ. ಅವರು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು 1912ನೇ ಇಸ್ವಿಲಿ, ಅವರು ಹಸ್ತಂಗತರಾಗಿದ್ದು 1998ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಇನ್ ಫಿಟ್ನೆಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ದ ರೆವರ್ಡ್ ಜಸ್ಟಿಸ್ ವೆಂಕಟಾಚಲಯ್ಯ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಅಚೀವ್ಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್. ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಅವ್ರ ಒಡನಾಟ ಬಹಳ ಹಿಂದಿಂದ ಇದ್ದಿರಬೇಕು. ಅಂದರೆ ಅಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿನ ಭಾಗ್ಯ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇದ್ದರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾನು ಅವರನ್ನು ಮೊದಲು ನೋಡಿದ್ದು 1972ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಸಬ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವರ ಪಿತಾಮಹ ಬಿ ಸೂರ್ಯನಾರಾಯಣ ರಾಯರು ಬರೆದಂತಹ ಅಸ್ಟ್ರಾಲಜಿಕಲ್ ಪ್ರೈಮರ್, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಓದ್ತಾ ನನಗೆ ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಬಂತು. ಒಂದು ಸಾರಿ 72 DSP CIDಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡೋದು ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಆಫೀಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋದೆ. ನನ್ನ ಇಚ್ಛೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ನಂದು ಹಾರ್ಸ್ಕೋಪ್ ಬರೆಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡೋದಿರಲಿ, ಯಾರೋ ಅವಾಗ ಸಂತಾನಮ್ ಅಂತ ಒಬ್ಬರಿದ್ದರು, ನರಸಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಇದ್ದರು. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಬರ್ಕೊಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರು. ಅಷ್ಟರೊಳಗೆ ಆ ಬಾಗಿಲು ತೆಗೆದು ಈಚೆಗೆ ಬಂದರು. ಅಂದರೆ ಬಿಳಿ ಒಂದು ಶರ್ಟು, ಒಂದು ಪಂಚೆ, ದಟ್ಟಿ ಪಂಚೆ, ಮೇಲೊಂದು ಬಿಳಿ ಇದು ಟವಲ್ ಇದು ಹಾಕೋ ಹಾಗೆ. ನನಗೆ ಸ್ತಂಭೀಭೂತನಾದೆ. ಸಾಮಾನ್ಯವಾದಂಥ ಇದು. ಆದರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿದ್ರು. ನೀವು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಸರ್ ನಾನು ಹೀಗೆ ಅಂದೆ. ನಾನಿಂಥ DSP ಅದು ಇದು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋವಂಥ ಪ್ರವರ ನನಗೂ ಭಯ ಆಯಿತು. ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದ್ರಿ? ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದೆ. ಹೌದಾ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ? ನಾನು ರೂಮ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದರು. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಅವರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ವಿಶೇಷವಾದ ಆಕರ್ಷಣ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಇತ್ತು ಅನ್ನೋದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಮಾತಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ವಿ ಬಿಕೇಮ್ ಸೋ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್. ಅವತ್ತಿಂದ ಆಚೆಗೆ ಅದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇಯಿಂದ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇವರೆಗೂ ಅವರು ಈ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಿಂದ ದೇಹವನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಅವರ ಆತ್ಮ ಹೋಗೋವರೆಗೂ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಸ್ಪತ್ರೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ನಾನು ಹೋದೆ. ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮದರಲ್ಲಿದ್ದರು ರಾಜೇಶ್ವರಿ ರಾಮನ್. ಅವಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ನನ್ನ ಕೈ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಯಾಕೆ ಈ ಮಾತನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂದರೆ, ಇದು ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ನೆಲೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇಡೀ ಒಂದು ಜ್ಯೋತಿಷ್ಯ ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ಈರ ಅಂತ ನಾವೇನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಯುಗದ ಅಂತ್ಯ ಅಂತ ನನಗನ್ನಿಸ್ತು. ರಾಮಾಯಣದ ಈ ಒಂದು ಗ್ರಂಥದ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಬಹಳ ಉಪಯುಕ್ತ. ಅದು ಸುರೇಶ್ವರ್ ಅವರ ಗ್ರಂಥವನ್ನು ನಾನು ಓದಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ಓದಿ ಅದರ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯನ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನಾನು ಕೊಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ರಯತ್ನ ಪಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂಥೇಳಿ ಏನೇ ಅವರನ್ನು ಬಹಳವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಶ್ಲಾಘಿಸ್ತಾ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭವಾಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹಾರೈಸಿ ನಾನು 2 ಮಾತನ್ನು ಮುಗಿಸ್ತೇನೆ.
Thank you, sir. We come to the end of the program, and it is my privilege to propose the vote of thanks. I, on behalf of Raman and Rajeshwari Research Foundation and its trustees, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to all the dignitaries on the dais. I would also like to thank all the participating astrological institutions for their support. Thank you very much for coming. Before we leave, we'll have the national anthem.
भारत भाग्य विधाता,
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा,
द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा,
विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा,
उच्छल जलधि तरंग,
तव शुभ नाम जाने, तब शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा,
जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे,
भारत भाग्य विधाता, जय हे जय हे जय हे जय जय